Hello, hello.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Veganish. I am Dr. Monique. I am the board certified family physician who you know as a physician in the kitchen. And I help busy households enjoy healthy eating without impacting their hectic schedules. And on this show, Veganish, we talk about all things plant based. I share with you my journey to a more plant based diet, my aha moments, my successes, my not so successes, and bring you along for the journey. You may notice I'm in a slightly different location today, Ellis.
Got that orange kicking off too. I see you. You're looking
Thank
fresh squeezed
you.
tonight.
I am fresh to death. So fresh, so clean. So, how are you doing? First of all, happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. Happy Heart Health Month. We're still in the middle here of February and Black History Month. So
That's
we got
right.
two things going on. And so it's also a happy Black Women Physicians Day. So I'm going to say,
Thank you.
happy. It's a lot of days that's going
A lot
on.
going on. We pack it in February. It is a lot going
It's like,
on.
it's the shortest month, but it's got a whole lot of stuff
It's
going
got a whole
on.
lot. And then there's a Mary J. Blige concert this weekend that I think a football game is gonna be at as well, something like that.
Yes, on Sunday it is that game known as the Super Bowl,
The
and
Super Bowl. That's right.
the halftime concert is going to be phenomenal. It's going to be
Oh,
Dr. Dre is running a halftime show, and he's got Snoop Dogg and Kendrick Lamar and Mary J. and all kind of folks. So definitely,
so yes, so a lot to look forward to, and then then the day after that is Valentine's Day. So we got a lot going on. So in my little quick 30 minutes with you guys tonight, I am coming to you from my kitchen. You guys are going ahead and dropping in where you're coming from. You already know what we do. Be sure to drop your city, your state, your area code, your zip code, your country. But tonight I am coming to you from my kitchen because we want to talk about some heart healthy or just some healthy Super Bowl snacks. I found this statistic when I was preparing for this show. Ellis, this is strap yourself in. You're not gonna be ready.
okay.
On Super Bowl Sunday last year, take a wild guess how many billion chicken wings were eaten.
How many billion chicken wings?
Billion with a B.
I would say you figured. I could do some quick math. About 170 million households are watching the game, maybe sometimes 200 million around the world. So you figure at
Hello, Florida. I see you.
six, probably somewhere between 1.5 to 2 billion.
You're like Rain Man with the statistics. I swear. 1.4 1.42 billion chicken wings were eaten last year. I don't know how you even I promise you, I just asked him that. He did not know I was gonna ask him that question. So yes. So tonight I'm gonna show you all an alternative. Now, saying does everything taste like chicken? But I'm gonna show you a super simple buffalo cauliflower wing recipe. It comes together so fast, it's so delicious. And you can eat it guilt-free. Because guess how much, I know you don't know the answer to this. A
Mm-mm.
cup of cauliflower. Guess how many calories a whole cup of cauliflower is?
Just cauliflower by itself, probably
Just
zero.
cauliflower.
Zero.
27 little calories.
27.
27.
Okay.
And we're not adding that much to it. So you can literally probably eat this pretty much guilt-free. So,
Okay.
and then while those are cooking, I'm going to show you guys a vegan nacho recipe that I've already kind of got started. We're going to wrap it up with some vegan nacho cheese. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to tilt my camera so you guys can see the food and not me. And Ellis is going to let me know what questions that you may be asking. All right.
And
So
also
Ellis,
want to say this. You said a cup of cauliflower is 27 calories. One chicken wing is about 200.
tell them about it. Thank you for
Okay.
that
One
comparison.
fried chicken wing is about two. So just to give you some perspective.
There you
Right.
go.
When
And
you eat
not
a
to
plate
mention the
full of, when
cholesterol
you eat
and the
them 10
salt.
chicken wings, you got about 2,000 calories.
So for this recipe, we are using about a half of a head of cauliflower. So I've already got that prepped, as you can see here. Just cut it into some florets, and we're just going to make our sauce. And I want to give a shout out to my girlfriend, my soror, Cassandra. She is a vegan chef in the Miami area, and I asked her for her recipe. So I kind of took a little bit of hers and a little bit of some other stuff and mixed it all up, and this is what I came up with. So we are going to start with, we've got some millet flour, and a little bit of cornstarch in here. So millet flour is made from millet, which is a grain. It's a gluten-free grain. And because some people make this with chickpea flour. I couldn't find that, so I'm using some millet. And it's actually got a nice little sweet taste to it too. So it's nice, nice little combination there. This is just some plant milk. I'm using almond milk. You can do soy or whatever your choice is. And then this is just some buffalo wing sauce.
That's
And then we're
probably
going
got
to
the most
add,
calories right there.
but actually, you know what? I'm
Or you
using
got the
this is
vegan
brand.
sauce.
I'm using Red Hot, Frank's Red Hot. This is mild because I'm a wimp. I'm a wimp, y'all.
Okay.
I don't do see. Look, can y'all see the hot meter? Can y'all see that? So I don't like to sweat and cry when I eat my food. But no, you can see this has 0 calories per serving. So no added sugar. Because I was gonna get the what was the other one? The honey one, or not honey. It had something else, but it had fructose sugar in it, so I didn't get that one. So this one is just the regular buffalo wings, and then my spices, which are garlic powder, garlic, onion powder, and some smoked paprika. And I'm gonna just actually whisk this together. And you see how easy that came together? I'm gonna add a little bit. I think I might need a little more milk. We'll see.
A little more milk, yep. Our girl Sherry's in the building. She was,
Hi, Sherry. How are you? Happy Tuesday. Thank you so much for watching. So that is our sauce,
yeah,
guys.
that looks good.
So what I'm gonna do is let's go ahead and actually no, that looks drizzle. That's drizzleable. Is that a word?
Yeah.
Drizzleable. Okay. And so just gonna drizzle this over. Get all of that out of there. And we're gonna just coat these quote unquote wings. And now, of course, y'all, I know this is not real chicken wings. I get that. But this is so that you have something to eat. This is what I'm going to be. I'll put it like this. This is what I'm going to be eating while the people I'm related to are eating all manner of animal protein. This is what I'm going to be snacking on Sunday as I'm watching my girl, Mary J. She is representing us in the 50 and up cruise so well. My homegirl from New York. Much love to Mary J. Blige. So, what were you saying, Ellis?
I'm saying that's a nice substitute. I don't. that is a nice substitute. I'll tell you.
It is. So what
Now,
I'm doing
are you eating is the cauliflower raw? Are you steaming it anywhere? Are you
this
doing
is raw. All I
Okay.
did was I just washed it off a little bit and just cut it into some florets. This is half a head of cauliflower. So no, I haven't done anything to it because it's gonna cook in the air fryer. Now I'm gonna do these in the air fryer just for the sake of time.
Okay.
But oh yeah, no, we're not done. I'm gonna do these in air fryer for the sake of time. Let me get this last little bit of sauce out here. And then I'm gonna broil them for like 2 minutes just to give them a little char, little texture.
Okay.
All right. So guys, that's really it. I mean, this is you can make this as fancy as you want. I just really want to, I probably could have used a little more sauce just to coat everything, but you get the idea.
And y'all make sure that you ask any questions that you have about this recipe. If you need it, we'll tell you how to get in contact with Doc so you can get this recipe. But this is cauliflower chicken wings as an alternative for, the Super Bowl. There's always a lot of Super Bowl parties and events, and people eat a lot of chips and wings and whatnot. And so these are a vegan alternative for a healthier way to snack.
And guilt-free, right? Sometimes Monday morning you kind of wake up and you don't want to look yourself in the mirror because you just did all kind of stuff the night before when at that Super Bowl party, right? This way you don't have to do that walk of shame. You can wake up, you don't feel bloated, you don't feel blah, and so your body will thank you for this. So as you can see, I am just putting these, spacing them out a little bit. You don't want them right on top of each other because you don't want them to steam. You want them to, you want the air to circulate. So I'm gonna kind of stop here, and then I'm going to go pop these into my air fryer at 370 for about 15 minutes, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to whip up the nacho sauce for our loaded nachos. Everybody see that?
Oh yeah. So we've got a question from Christina. She's asking,
Okay.
are there any other options to use besides cauliflower?
Oh, good question. Anything that will hold its shape and heat. Let me think. You probably could do, oh gosh. Broccoli is related. You could do Brussels sprouts. If you want
Mm.
that's all in kind of the same crunchy family. But that's a good question. Okay, so I'm just off camera just for a sec to put this in the air fryer.
What about tofu?
Tofu is an option. You want to just be sure. I'm going to tilt the camera just a sec. That's a great question. A great suggestion. Tofu, if you do it, you want to do the extra firm, and you really want to press it. And in fact, if you want to do tofu, I would start now because what you want to do is freeze it. Just in the package. You don't do anything to it. Just freeze it in the package for 24 hours. Then thaw it out for 24 hours, and then refreeze it. What that does is it really gives your tofu a nice chickeny texture. So yes, thank you. I forgot about that. Whoever asked that question. But if you're gonna do it, I would suggest go ahead and getting it and freezing it now, so that by Sunday you've had time to freeze thaw, and
Hmm.
then you'll have be ready. Thank you, mommy. That was my mommy said it looks really good. She'll eat some. See, my mom is on the fence. She's gonna eat her pork and her other stuff, but she'll eat some of the cauliflower with me. Whereas those men, I don't know about those men, but a
Yeah,
great
that's a
question.
stretch. That's a stretch. I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to stretch with you, Doc. I'm trying to stretch with you.
When you come to Charlotte, you're gonna have to stop by, and I'm gonna have to show you some things. But yeah, so I hope that answers the question about tofu. Excellent question. And in fact, I've got a package in my fridge now that I've defrosted, so I'm gonna refreeze it, and then when you press it, when you're prepping and you press the water out, it really has a much more dense, fibrous texture that would probably do very well in this recipe. So great question. All right,
Tyler
well
says
I'm gonna
mushrooms. He said mushroom. I'm assuming that's a male. So if I'm wrong, could I have met a female Tyler before? But they're suggesting mushrooms as well as a
And the
substitute.
mushrooms is another good one. Exactly. You would probably want to do, I don't know about portobello. You want some of the hardier
Yep.
mushrooms that are more kind of a little more dry than than like a portobello. I don't know. Portobello might stand up to that, but those are all great recommendations. Might even could do eggplant. If you press and dry out eggplant, you might could do that as
Yeah.
well.
Mushrooms you have
Oh,
to be careful because they all have different consistency, and so if it's a little bit softer, you might have to cut your air frying time a little. You have to make
exactly.
an adjustment on your air frying time
And
for
you
your
can
mushrooms.
Exactly. And you can also bake these at about probably I think it's around 425, 450, but that takes a little longer. And so for the
Mhm.
sake of time, I'm doing in the air fryer. All right, I'm gonna get my little handy dandy convection excuse me, induction top here. I'm fancy, y'all. I got all the gadgets, all of them. So I am the kitchen gadget junkie. Let me know, Ellis, when I'm nice and centered.
That looks
So
like
I'll
a college hot plate.
it pretty much is what it is. But it keeps me from having to move around too much. I can kind of do everything in one place. So what we're gonna do now is make our cheese sauce, and make sure I'm centered. I feel like am I centered? Am I good?
It looks good. Yes.
Okay. So what we're gonna do now is make our cheese sauce for our nachos. I've got loaded nachos, vegan loaded nachos. And we're gonna go ahead and make the sauce to go with that, the cheese sauce that we're gonna drizzle on top. Because what's nachos without cheese, right, guys? So what we're gonna do now, okay, what we're gonna do now is start our cream base. And all we're doing is this is just a full fat coconut milk. You want full fat here. You don't want to go skim on this or light. We've got some nutritional yeast, which is what's going to give it that umami, that cheesy flavor. We've got our spices, again, some smoked paprika, garlic, and onion powder. And then we've got some cornstarch to just thicken this up. And I'm
That
going to add a
cornstarch.
little bit of,
Can
hmm?
I just say like that? Cornstarch is a special ingredient. It goes into just about everything.
It really does.
It's
So we're going
amazing.
to start to let this melt and come together. We're going to bring it to a boil and then just pretty much stir it. I'm going to get a spatula. And I'm going to add a little bit of turmeric to make that beautiful yellow color that we, or, to make that real cheesy looking color as well. So let's let this, there we go. All right.
And if you're just joining us, if you're trying to figure out what's going on here on blackdoctor.org, you are watching Veganish with Dr. Monique, and we are doing a super snack demonstration. So you don't always have to eat unhealthily coming up on the big game on Sunday. And so we're going to show you a couple of snacks that you can substitute to eat healthy and still have some flavor and enjoy the game while you're watching the game, especially halftime with Dr. Dre. So we've got our buffalo cauliflower in the air fryer right now that we have just dressed up, and they're in the air fryer. And right now we're working on our vegan nachos. So
that's right. And I apologize. I said cornstarch. I meant to say tapioca flour. I knew something didn't sound right.
Okay.
I am actually using tapioca flour. That last thing I added, tapioca flour. That's going to help to give it kind of that stretch. Okay, let me not burn this. It's going to help it kind of stretch a little bit. Okay. And so tapioca is made from, it's also known as cassava or yucca, Y-U-C-A root. And so it's a nice gluten-free flour that you can use as well. So I'm sorry, tapioca, not cornstarch. You can use cornstarch, but that won't give you the same kind of cheesiness that you want. Right. That stringiness. And this smells like cheese, guys. That nutritional yeast really helps it to smell like cheese as well. And then I'm going to add a little bit of turmeric. So that's what I'm saying about a little bit. That's okay. You can never use too much turmeric in my opinion.
No, you can't.
But that's going to, because turmeric is so mild, it really doesn't affect the taste.
Now, could you use saffron? Would that change the flavor too much? Because I know saffron gives you has a nice yellow.
Saffron does. I'm going to add a little bit of milk here just to thin this out. Saffron does, but saffron is not cheap. No. Yeah. And so I would, be careful with that. But yeah, I would imagine it would give it a beautiful color.
I learned that the hard way, people. I went and was making some. It was a Greek recipe, and I was making it, and it called for some saffron, some fresh saffron. I went up. It's about like, I think it's like $30 for like.
Yeah, because they pick it by
less
hand.
Than a quarter ounce. Yeah,
they pick it by hand, and it's it's crazy.
But it's very strong. So like you only need a small amount, and it turned the whole pot yellow. It was really.
I haven't used very much of it, and honestly, I don't think I've ever cooked with saffron. I have some. I actually bought some when I went to Dubai, because I always thought I was going to make like a paella, and I never did. So that's what I know. It's what a dish it's made with. So there's my cheese sauce, guys. You see it's coming together. I just put some milk in there because it was really thick, and so I wanted to get the cheesy consistency. And let me just taste this to make sure my spices are good. But see, doesn't that look so much better than Velveeta?
And, admittedly, it does have a nice cheesy color and texture looking. So, so far, so good. 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
So see, it's got, the cheesy look. I'm going to go ahead and take it off my heat. And I'm going to show you guys my nachos. Let me just taste this first. I could use a little salt. So we'll put some salt in there.
Y'all being quiet. Tell me what you think about the vegan cheese sauce. Y'all give us a thumbs up. You give us a grouchy face, whatever. What are y'all thoughts on the the vegan nacho cheese?
I know somebody's got to have some thoughts out there. Is it something that you think you guys would try, or
would you try this recipe?
Look at that. And nutritional yeast if it's fortified like this brand is, it's a great source of vitamin B12, which can be an issue for some vegans because if they've been vegan for a long time and haven't eaten red meat in a long time, then they can be vitamin B12 deficient. So it's a great source of your B vitamins, specifically your B12. So here is my loaded nachos. Do you guys see that?
Yes.
Okay. So these are blue corn tortilla chips.
So you've got a
Delicious.
question.
Yes.
Lonnie is saying, can you use soy milk with this recipe?
Definitely. Any plant-based milk is fine.
Okay.
Any plant-based milk. In fact, I think the recipe actually calls for soy milk, and I just used almond because that's what I had. So
It looks like you got 3 yeses and a no, and it's your mom that said no. But we're gonna discount that. You know how Fabi treats you. Fabi do you dirty every time.
I already know how she feels. She could have kept that to herself, but that's okay. That's okay.
She apologized. She said, "I got to be honest with you at all times."
She said it with love, right? With love. No. So these are my vegan loaded nachos. So under here, I've got a plant-based meat. I've got black beans. I've got some corn. I'm going to just drizzle a little bit of salsa. Because you can do this. I could have put this on, put the cheese on first, or however you want to do it. It's no right or wrong way to do this.
What's nachos? As long as it's all on the plate.
It's nachos.
It's nachos. You make how you want it.
However you want to do it. And then we're just going to drizzle that cheese on there.
It looks great.
And I'm gonna top this with, you can't have this without some scallions or green onions.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, this smells so good. This is what I will be eating, guys, on Sunday. So think of me on Sunday. And then, of course, cilantro, one of my favorite herbs. I can't do anything
cilantro goes hard.
without. I went to Mexico years ago and fell in love with cilantro. It's a Pico De Gallo. And speaking of, you could top this with Pico De Gallo. You could top this with guacamole. Really, whatever you want. It's up to you. More tomatoes, more salsa. But let's just grab one of these.
But not sour cream, because sour cream is not vegan.
But you could do vegan sour cream. You can. There are vegan sour creams, or you could always. But look, guys, look at that. I'm gonna crunch off camera so you guys can't see me.
Your mom says it does look good, though.
Good, mommy, because we're having this on Sunday. I'm glad you think it looks good. This is so delicious, guys. I mean, this is really good. So let me go get my wings.
Oh, that's right. The wings should be done right by now.
Yeah. See how that all comes together? And then what I'm going to do, let me turn my broiler on. Because I just want this for 2 minutes. It's not even going to be in there that long. Oh my goodness, that nacho is delicious.
You just had some vegan nachos. So she used a plant-based meat with her the blue. You can use whatever color chips you want, as long as it's, I thought the blue was a nice touch. And then she had corn. She had her vegan cheese sauce, some salsa, some scallions, and cilantro.
Cilantro, that's right. So there are our beautiful little babies, our little nuggets. And what I'm going to do now is just get them out of here into a bowl, throw some more sauce on them, and put them under the broiler.
And the broiler is just to give them that crispness on the outside.
They've
been cooked by the air fryer. They've been air fried.
Yep. And you could actually, you could do this part, put them on the broiler first and then do your sauce, however you want to do it. All right. So I'm going to add a little more of my sauce.
That's a Frank's. You can put that on anything.
Pretty much. And this is, like I said, I'm the wimpy kind. I'm the wimp. So I got the one that is not gonna, you know, make you cry and sweat and everything else. But I can't do that. I can't. And then look at that, guys. Doesn't that look good? It smells delicious. Smells good. So Ellis, what kind of comments am I getting? Are they quiet tonight? Are we blowing their minds? What's going
Oh,
on?
they're asking where can I get the recipes?
Oh, okay, definitely. So, like I said, I'm going to share my girlfriend Cassandra's recipe because I asked her for hers. Hers required you to bake them. So I will, I haven't made my own recipe yet. I'm going to be working on mine. But in the meantime, I will gladly share hers with you. She actually uses curry in hers, a bit of curry powder. All right, so we're going to just put these in the broiler for like 2 minutes, 2 little minutes. And are there any questions I can answer while I'm waiting?
Well, here's something that I think people should understand in terms of like when you're making the vegan cheese sauce. I think people are missing out on the health benefits. So can it kind of explain? Because like I know you sprinkle some turmeric in there for color, and we know turmeric is a natural anti-inflammatory. So It has some really great properties, and so we know that inflammation in the body is not good. Let me get on screen so you can actually see instead of hear me. So we know inflammation is not good. Any type of inflammation in your body is pretty much a sign that something is wrong. And so when you have a natural anti-inflammatory, instead of taking pills and things like that, turmeric is really good for that. Those flowers are milder on your digestive system in terms of your body being able to process it better. So there's some. So what other health benefits can I get from?
Lots of, definitely. Yeah, turmeric, as you said. I mean, it has a bunch of. It's antiviral, antifungal, anti-inflammatory, antibacterial. Lots of antis in there, antioxidants. The flour that I use, the millet flour, as I mentioned. You can also do chickpea flour. So if you're gluten intolerant, these are just some nice options for you to have. And I mean, and the calories are low. It's a good source of. You've got a little bit of iron in here as well. And then for even the sauce that we use, it's low calorie, it's no calorie actually. And then as far as that was for the chicken wings themselves, for the nutritional yeast in the sauce, and the cheese sauce, as I was mentioning, that's a great source of B vitamins, particularly vitamin B12. You've got you've got some iron in there. It's a great source of iron. It's a good source of calcium. So you've got some essential minerals and vitamins that are in there as well. And you can and then we use the plant milk, right? So we're not doing the dairy, and so we have the lower fat, concentrated fat or saturated fat in that. All right, so it's time to take out our chicken wings, or excuse me, cauliflower wings.
That's right. In our mind, a chicken wing.
In our mind. So they're just starting to char. I probably could leave them in another minute, but you just want to watch these. Let me just tilt my camera. You want to watch them because you don't want them to burn. And if you want it to be crispier, that's where you would add a little bit more of the cornstarch. But you can see the texture on these. And as they cool, they'll firm up even more. But this, I'm going to go ahead and taste one. Actually, I've got some that I already made. They almost didn't survive because I made these and I've been snacking on them because they're so good. So here's some that I've made already. And these actually have a little more heat. I use the other, still mild, but a little more heat than these. And they've got a nice little crunch to them. So it's not like you're just eating, a wimpy vegetable. It's got some crunch. It's got a nice body to it. And I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. And, honestly, this recipe was easy for me to adapt to because I've never been a chicken wing fan. I feel like that's a whole lot of work for just a little bit of payoff. I mean, I'm just like, y'all are really working to get all that little meat on that little wing. And so when I, discovered this, I was like, yeah, I'll do that.
No,
So
chicken wings are great. It's like people can sit like the same people that sit and eat a table full of crabs or crawfish. That's a lot of work to me to eat a live crab or crawfish for a little piece of meat. So it's the same concept. It's just chicken, so it's cheaper.
see, I don't really subscribe to that either. I mean, I feel like if I have to do all that work, then I'm just gonna do something else. So, but that's just me. That's just me. I hope you guys have enjoyed this demonstration. This is what I'm going to be eating. I will definitely share the recipe with you. And you guys have I want to enjoy. Who's playing? It's the Rams and the Bengals.
Rams and the Bengals, good pull. So yes, we've got a big game. So make sure you follow
Big
Dr. Monique
concert.
at Position in the Kitchen on social media.
That's
Also,
right.
make sure if you watch the game and the concert that's halftime. Also, I'll be serious for 2 seconds here. If you do go to a Super Bowl party, please make sure you're taking precautions. Do not go if you're not vaccinated and boosted, because that will help. Masks if you're going around a bunch of people, but just make sure you're taking care of yourself. You have your
And
hands
drink responsibly.
drink responsibly, do not drink and drive. So all of those things that can keep yourself
Yep.
safe, because we want you to enjoy the game and we want you to enjoy it as safely as possible. You don't want to leave with anything that you did not come there with. So, and
And I
don't
do
think,
want to say one word about the cheese. It's
sure.
best to be used pretty much as you make it. It doesn't really hold up well. You don't want to put this in the refrigerator for days and days on end. You really want to make that and use it immediately because it's that that kind of a thing. But next week we'll be back on our regular time on Thursday at 8 p.m.
Yes.
continuing our American February is American Heart Month. And we're going to keep talking about things you can do to show your heart some love. And I've got some beautiful red foods to share with you that will do all kinds of things from your brain to your heart to the fellas. It's got some benefits for y'all too. And, just we need grown folks in here. So be sure to tune in next week for that.
This is Black Doctor After Dark.
The midnight edition.
I should have put on a different shirt.
You got time. That's next week. You got time.
That's right. I'm gonna have the shirt open down to my name.
Right. I mean, right. The gold chains, and you need your cognac and your.
I
We'll
got
talk about
it. I'm gonna be like the dude in the club that wears the button-up vest with no shirt underneath
and no
it.
shirt. Oh.
There's that dude in every club, in every black club across America. I do not know why that dude still exists, because it's not a good look. It's not a good
Hopefully, COVID shut that down. If one good thing came out of COVID, he maybe found a shirt or two. I don't know.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Fawn. I appreciate it. We love you, and we love that you are able to watch the show and enjoy it and have a good time. Because that's what we're here to do. We got 30 minutes of fun. We had two wonderful recipes tonight, and just in 30 minutes right now, minus the prep, but still just,
Right.
it roughly 30 minutes of putting it all together. So you've got some great recipes. We will just reach out to at Physician in the Kitchen.
At Physician in the Kitchen on Instagram, everywhere. I'm everywhere you want to be.
We'll get the recipes out to you. You still got time. It's only Tuesday. That's why we did the show on Tuesday. So you got time to get your prep, to go find your millet flour, to go find all your ingredients. So you
freeze your tofu if you're doing the tofu
freeze
chicken
and thaw
option.
and freeze your tofu,
right.
all that stuff, so you can
Great
have
questions,
a
guys.
happy and healthy Super Bowl
We want to
party.
see you back. We want to see you back next week. So
Absolutely.
come on back and enjoy this.
Absolutely. We'll see y'all
Bye,
next time.
everybody.